From a $40 billion island with its own private racetrack to a private island designed to survive World War III, this is the Billionaire Island tier list. Jeffrey Epstein owns the entirety of Little St. James, even saying it was his favorite place to be. On a completely unrelated note, he was then arrested in July 6, 2019 for sex trafficking. On an even more unrelated note, he had no ties with any of these politicians. But I've been there as a kid a few times, and honestly, it was pretty nice. So, S tier. Leonardo DiCaprio bought a 104-acre private island off the coast of Belize for $1.75 million. He then proceeded to turn it into a luxury eco-resort centered on restoring the environment and sustainability. F tier. Vladimir Putin owns the entirety of Russia, and with that, 20 private islands, all under Russian control. Now, what does he use these islands for, you may be asking? Oh, you know the usual: vacationing, building a $1.3 billion mega palace, nuclear experiments, and bomb testing. Yeah, honestly, can we just get a W Putin in the comments? I don't feel like being bombed right now. Nicolas Cage, when he's not stealing the Declaration of Independence, he's low-key just making horrible financial choices because he owns 2 castles, a $20 million yacht that he later sold, and one of the craziest car collections ever. And yet, for some reason, he decided to buy the most lame, bum-looking island for only $6 million. D tier. Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group. Yo, who names their company that? Somehow managed to buy an island worth $6 million for only $180,000. Genuinely, this might have been the greatest lowball in human history, purely because no one wanted to buy the island.
It took me a while to persuade the owners to sell it to me.
Yeah, no shit. Your offer was 30 times less than the original listing.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Honestly, generational business move, easy A tier. David Copperfield is the single most famous magician of all time and is somehow worth over $1 billion from just doing magic tricks. Honestly, I have no clue how he did that. And with this money, he proceeded to spend $50 million on Musha Cay and then another 11 private islands, because why not? Totaling 700 acres with 40 beaches, 5 luxury guest mansions, a private airstrip, and so much more. Oh yeah, you're also able to rent out a house there for $250,000 a week. Honestly, an absolutely ridiculous private island. But are we serious? An airstrip? We aren't Taylor Swift, dog. C tier. Johnny Depp enjoyed acting as a pirate so much that he decided to buy his own island in the Bahamas for $3.6 million back in 2004, only being about 45 acres large. It's filled with docks, small huts, and beach areas. Honestly, seems like a pretty chill island. B tier. Larry Page, Google's co-founder, is a pretty moderate billionaire, being worth $210 billion and the 5th richest person in the world. He, for some reason, only drives a Toyota Prius, saying he's never been motivated by money. On a completely unrelated note, he owns a $45 million super yacht, a $25 million private jet, and 5 private islands all decked out with custom mansions. What in the world is he doing on these islands?
There's many exciting and important things you could do that you just can't do because they're illegal and they're not allowed by regulation. And that makes sense. We don't want our world to change. But maybe we should set aside a small part of the world where we can try out some new things and figure out what is the effect on society, what's the effect on people, without having to deploy it kind of into the normal world.
If this wasn't obvious enough, Larry Page is clearly doing human experiments on children on his private islands. Easy S tier, my literal goat right here. Tyler Perry owns White Bay Cay in the Bahamas, buying it as a gift for himself for his 40th birthday for $7 million. Honestly, that's probably the most lonely thing I've ever heard. But since then, he's turned this island into his own private paradise, decking it out with a mega mansion, multiple spas, guest houses, and much more. However, because he's low-key rich and alone, I gotta put it in B tier. But I'm just saying, Perry, if you need anyone to share the island with, I'm always available, dog. Mark Zuckerberg owns a massive 2,300 acre plot on Kauai, spending well over $100 million just on the land alone, and then dropping another $200 million into building a ultra massive secure compound filled with luxury homes, private security, self-sustaining electrical water systems, a massive 10-foot wall surrounding the entire compound, and a literal underground bunker the size of Costco, fitted with a state-of-the-art blast-proof door, self-sustaining generators, water filtration systems, multiple bedrooms, and for some reason, when asked about it, he says,
"No, I think that's just like a little shelter under, and it's like a basement.
little shelter. What are you worried about?"
Yeah, honestly, the ultra secure compound is cool and all, but because he is literally a lizard person and doesn't have a sauna anywhere on the compound, I gotta give this island C tier. Eddie Murphy voices Donkey in Shrek. Honestly, that's all we care about. Screw every other accomplishment this guy has ever done. He literally voices the donkey from Shrek. Yes. That means the donkey, who somehow pulled a dragon in Shrek, owns a $15 million island called Rooster Cay, located in the Bahamas. Other than that, though, there's essentially zero footage or information about this island anywhere on the internet. But honestly, fair enough. He low-key peaked when he acted as a donkey, so why not live the rest of your days off on a private island? S tier. Larry Ellison, the owner of Oracle, has bought 98% of Lanai for $300 million. Now, it isn't 100% of Lanai because billionaires can't buy people yet. But this island is absolutely massive. Also known as Pineapple Island, it is the 6th largest Hawaiian island, consisting of 90,000 acres, decked out with 2 resorts, multiple golf courses, a harbor, airport, multiple mansions and villas. Oh yeah, and along with that, 3,000 people still live on the 2% of this island. But because he already bought every single utility company and most businesses there, he essentially controls everything on the island. Basically, Larry Ellison is his own dictator. I would give him S tier, but because he hasn't bought the people yet, A tier. Mel Gibson is a famous actor and director who bought Mago Island in Fiji for $15 million in 2005, having its own private airstrip, a few huts, and yeah, that's essentially it. For some reason, he decided to try to build houses and then just stopped, saying he wanted to preserve the natural beauty. Now it's worth $25 million if he wanted to sell it today, so I guess C tier for making $10 million by doing nothing, but overall, a pretty lame island. Shakira and Pink Floyd worked together to buy Bonds Cay for $16 million in the mid-2000s, planning to turn it into a crazy celebrity paradise, combining every single positive trait from the islands I mentioned earlier in this video. From mega mansions to a private airstrip or even a hidden bunker, this island would have it all. And the best part, they just got their design blueprints approved. However, there was one slight issue. They had ran out of money. In fact, Shakira isn't even a billionaire. She's only worth a measly $300 million. And with this realization, they had to abandon the project, and the island is now relisted and up for sale. We're all told that money doesn't buy happiness or dreams, and that we should all strive for living comfortably. But let me ask you this. If you were worth an extra $700 million, wouldn't you want to create your own dream island?